once you're my friend, you're my friend.
But all relationships start from being friends, no?
Yeah?
No leh,
You can fall in love with a friend.
I cannot.
Okay.
There was a friend that I used to have as well, like a really, really close friend. And we kind
Female
of,
friend.
yeah, we kind of grew up together. Like she came up to me and said it, like she was like, can we date? Like I really like you and you know, I want to try and make this work. And in my head I was like, oh shit.
We actually have some stories, some very juicy stories from our producers.
Oh.
Okay. There was a time when I had a male best friend and we caught feelings.
Interns in different departments. Who is this?
That one.
Okay.
Interns in different departments, so sort of like co-workers, hung out a lot. You know, when you work with each other as an intern, right? You have lunch together, you talk together, you gossip together. You spend a lot of time with each other, and they became the best of friends. But after a while, she says, I fell for him lah. How not to when he treats me so nicely? They would send snaps to each other every single minute.
Okay.
Wow.
He would do this, like tuck her hair and fix her hair. Which I think is, yeah, right, which is very cute. So she's also saying that he would send her drunk texts and calls saying that he misses her. So it seems like a very mutual attraction, right? But because of religious and cultural differences, she knew that she couldn't take it any further.
Okay.
And that's why she took a step back from the friendship, not just from that attraction. And eventually they're not friends anymore.
But I think it's for the longer term. I mean, rather end it now than have it fall to pieces after
why
you've
can't you stay
committed something.
friends?
Oh, of course, friends, yes.
I think sometimes it's difficult. The male ego is so big. You always say that, right? And it could boil down to the same thing where a lot of times guys don't like rejection. Or maybe the word don't like is a bit strong. Maybe guys don't know how to deal with rejection, right? And it's always this strong front that guys put up, but like, we're sensitive too.
No, for
So
sure.
like sometimes I feel like, you know, I can't be in the same situation with you knowing that you don't see anything romantic with me. And to save myself from that hurt, I'm just gonna take a step back.
Okay.
But then also, you know, there are other friendships of which like you sometimes just have a very soft spot for the person. And you acknowledge and you know. And you just like very sayang lor, but you're friends. Why you smile?
Huh? What? No.
I'm thinking if I've got a friend like that.
Have, right? You know what I mean, right?
But in this kind of relationships, I'm sure one of them feels a bit more than the other. Like a bit more of the sexual attraction.
I think it's more complicated if both of you are single. Because I've had guy friends, right, that they're in a relationship and I just see them as a friend, but I can feel that attraction. But they're in a
From
relationship.
you or from them?
From the guy towards me. But the guy's in a relationship. So obviously he would never do anything, right? But because that relationship protects him, he feels like he can be more open in the friendship.
Yes.
Knowing that, I would never think of it any other way because they are in a commitment.
Fully agree.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this next story by our producer. I think it's very realistic, and this may happen to many of our listeners out there. So she says, "It's very gross to say, but I'm going to marry one of my best friends."
Why is it gross? Why is it
That's
gross?
so cute. No, that's so cute. It's not gross. Okay, so she says, Jerome and I used to be super platonic. We met in school when he was attached to his psycho ex. We had very clear boundaries because his ex-girlfriend was super sensitive. We started spending a lot more time together as friends when he became single again. And we always talked about how we are not each other's types. And he would confide in me when he was talking to other girls. I think we truly developed feelings when we got lost together in China during a school trip and I basically rescued him. We realized that relationships don't have to be so complicated and it works because we are fun together and we understand each other's best and worst habits because we have a foundation of a very good friendship. I like to think that we chose each other as life partners rather than romantic partners. Now, Jerome has his new girl best friend that he regularly hangs out with and talks regularly one-to-one, and I would say we have quite a strong trust in each other.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I've got two questions.
Okay.
The first one is, was there any feelings bubbling under like Jermaine said from the very beginning? No, right?
No, none at
So
all.
that was my
strictly
point.
platonic.
That was my point.
okay.
There can always be a spark, and that one spark was realizing how stupid Jerome was to get lost. And then she was like, "Aww, lost little puppy."
So cute.
You know?
Yeah.
But I really like the idea of, life partners rather than romantic partners. Who says it can't work out this way?
Yeah. What was your second question?
So my second question was, since you guys started out as best friends, do you feel any threat towards his new best friend that the same thing might happen between her and him?
basically what she said was that at the time, she and Jerome were both single. So they allowed that spark to happen. But because in this situation now, even though he has a new girl best friend, but
He's attached.
Yeah, he's attached. And she trusts in that commitment.
Yeah.
Right. So this is exactly what I was saying. So basically, if you are single, just be wary of your guy best friends.
Very cute though, this story.
That's
It's more of a possibility. That's what I'm saying.
Can I share something?
Okay,
Yeah, of
go
course.
ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was telling this friend basically about like friends falling for me. And then he said something that was very interesting. At that time, right, I really hoped that he was wrong.
What did he say?
Okay, so he said, Azura, there is intention and then there's motive. And when you come forward and express your feelings that way, that means that there was always motive there. And once this motive cannot be achieved, you will learn that the friendship was non-existent.
wow.
Yeah. So this came from a guy. And I was like, wow. But I also like cannot be because you've built a very strong friendship with your friend. You know, you trust in the friendship, right?
What he's saying is that this friend, this air quote friend, built that strong friendship in the hopes that one day there would be a chance.
Yes, basically he's saying that there was always motive there from the start. That's what he believes.
That's so disappointing.
But you know what? I think that's
I
actually...
saw it to be true, you know?
No, yeah, that's what I mean. I was just gonna say it's actually true. Like there are many times where I know people who are always like, yeah, you know, let's be friends with this person, and if nothing comes out of it, right, that friendship just fades away. Yeah.
But I don't think it applies to all friendships.
No, no, no,
of course
no, no,
not.
no.
Like I've known of people like platonic friendships. I mean, sure, the guy's into the girl, but after the girl expressed a rejection, they still are friends. Yeah.
I think it's also important to talk about because now we're talking about cross-sex relationships, right? But I guess it's more about your sexuality than just your gender. So
Right.
let's say you're a gay person, you fall in love with your straight best friend. Oh my god, this trope we've heard like 1,000 times. Okay, like you're a gay person, fall in love with your straight best friend. This is a story from I don't know which producer this is.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Luckily or unluckily for our producer, her straight best friend happened to be bisexual.
Oh.
Okay. So not straight lah, bisexual best friend. So
You thought straight lah, okay.
even though she was seeing someone else, she felt more emotionally connected to this bisexual best friend than the partner that she was seeing at the time.
Okay.
Okay, so then obviously that complicates things, right? If I guess it's really a straight best friend, that's fine because you know that there can't be any reciprocation. But if this person can be interested in you, then
You want to take your chances.
yeah, you might want to, open your mind a bit more to that. So our producer was sharing with her a lot about work stuff, relationship stuff, and found herself wanting to spend more time with this best friend than her partner, which led to a breakup. Because of
Between-
course,
Okay, the existing
yeah,
partner. Okay.
the existing partner, they had a breakup because she just felt like it wasn't the same anymore. And then she got together with a best friend.
Okay.
But then it also didn't work out. Long story short, she lost both her partner and her best friend.
Oh man.
At the end of the
that
day.
sucks.
Sorry.
No, but I kind of understand that, like, I think romantic relationships and platonic relationships are very, very different. I think if you start as friends, you have, like, Jermaine and I have all the secrets in the world between the both of us.
Okay.
Like, there's not one thing that I have done in this world that she has not seen, that she has not heard. She has opened my closet and seen all the skeletons.
I've seen
closed
too
it.
much, basically. I gotta wash my eyes out.
Yeah, essentially. And I think that means that Jermaine literally knows me as a person inside out. And as a romantic relationship, sometimes I feel that, your partner might not want to see every skeleton. Your partner might not want to see every little nook and cranny of who you are as a person. Because as a guy, you don't always want to be seen like that. There's this, or maybe even as a girl, you guys can pick that up. I don't know. Like, maybe there's some things that in your life you think that, if I share this with my romantic partner, it might change their perception of me as a person. So the only person that I can confide in is somebody like Jermaine, or somebody that is super platonic to me.
Agree.
Right?
You should not tell your lover everything.
Yeah.
But you can tell a friend everything.
True. Because when you're in a romantic relationship, you want to show this person the best light of you, right? You're trying to do things that, I guess, don't let the other person cast judgment on you and have the highest rate of success in this romantic relationship. But in a friendship, it's like if you are really, really friends, then you put away that judgment and you should be free to tell each other anything.
It's scary to know that, what I say to you, you're not going to judge me, but what I say to a romantic partner might end whatever I have with them.
I completely, agree. I even, one day I went into the studio, right? And I was lamenting to Avery. I was like, wanted to cry. And I said, Avery, no one's ever going to love me again. You remember this?
Yeah.
I was like, no one's ever going to love me again. Because when I was with my ex-partner, because we were so young when we got together and we were best friends, we grew up together and he knows every secret of mine. And I felt like I was never going to find someone that would love me for every part of me ever again. And then I realized what you're saying, that your romantic partners don't need to know everything, every dirty little secret from your past, because that is your past. That's not your present. And you've grown and you've matured, you changed from that, right? So yeah, don't lose hope in that. You will find love.
Or just find somebody like me, then you can rent all the secrets.
Yeah,
She dumps it on me. What's it called?
Trauma dumping.
Sorry.
Take it.
Question. So let's say you're friends, right? And then you decide to do something about it. You both decide to do something about it. Do you think that it's possible to go back to being friends? Or is it like confirm will lose it on?
I don't think things will ever be the same again if you decide to make advances. I think there's no going back.
True.
Not that you can't be friends, but it will be a very different kind of situation.
That's why so many people are afraid to make that advance because they don't want to lose that friendship.
Yeah, you don't know how it will turn out.
So I had a friend who we started out as friends. We ended up going out for a very short period of time. We slept together.
Ooh.
But we're still very, 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 very close to this day.
Oh,
You know who.
I
but
know.
yeah.
So it's still completely
Saucy.
platonic as of now.
One
Or are you
completely
still
platonic. Oh,
100%.
it's like
Okay.
the most platonic of the platonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're like really, really good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it awkward? Do you feel the awkwardness at first?
Not really, actually,
Okay.
because I think, and again, it boils down to conversation and
Right.
being transparent.
But
When
you
it-
guys don't bring up the fact that you hooked up all those years
No,
ago,
no, of
right?
course not. Of
Yeah,
course not.
yeah.
I mean, once or twice, but only in conversation of like, we're not going to say anything, right? No, we're not. Okay, cool.
okay.
Okay,
So it's like
okay.
we're still really, really close to this day. And I think it is possible to go from being friends, lovers, friends. But it takes a very, 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 very strong bond. And you really, really have to work on it. Because
Right.
like Azura said, you gotta understand what's the motive behind it. What's the intention behind it? Do you not want to lose your friendship? Is there still gonna be some like lingering feelings? Do you still wanna maybe one day hook up again? Like for us, it was just like, no, it was a one-time thing, and right now we are happy with that we're friends, and it's something that you want to always keep, for the rest of your life, which is that friendship.
So friends, lovers, friends. Okay, so what
I
if
wouldn't
it's
really
like
say lovers though.
you said lovers?
I use that as like a placeholder.
loosely.
Friends,
Partners?
friends, romantic friends,
Yeah.
Friends.
But let's say it's friends, relationship, like lovers, friends. Like for example, you were friends, you got into a relationship, you broke up, you want to remain friends. Is that possible?
Can we close the episode with John Mayer, Friends, Lovers, or Nothing?
I don't think we have money for that.
I think it is. But
It's
again,
possible?
it boils back down to the same reason. What was the reason why you guys broke up? Was it like partner A cheated on partner B? Was it because partner A doesn't see a future with partner B? Is it because partner A wants to just stay friends with partner B? If it's mutual, right, and they both realize like, you know what? Maybe we really were better as friends.
I don't know. Truly,
Okay.
I've never been able to stay friends with an ex. It's just not in my playbook to do that. But I know Hazy has tried her best to do
Yes.
that.
So let me answer that question and also close off this episode.
Yeah.
I used to date like this guy a couple years ago, and now I would say we're still friends, but the situation is a bit more complex. So while I have always been reaching out to him and his family for like meals and gatherings, one day he finally texted me and said, "Hey, maybe it might be a good idea for you to stop seeing my family because it puts my current girlfriend in a difficult position."
Understand.
I
Oh my God, it
totally
finally
understand
happened.
that. Yes. So I told him, you know what? I really wish you would have told me this earlier instead of trying to postpone the lunch again and again because it's very inconvenient for me.
Yeah.
It's so troublesome for you.
Yeah.
And it's going to be so tough on your parents. So why don't you just tell me this early? I understand. I totally took a step back. I think we're still friends now, like for sure. Like we still wish each other like happy birthday, Merry Christmas and stuff like that. But it just won't be the way as it is before. And I think the key to maintaining a cross-sex friendship is like what Avery mentioned just now, communication is very important. If he never told me this, I would never have known. And this relationship might be even more like sour in time to come. So yes, communication is so important.
Absolutely. If you are struggling to maintain a cross-sex friendship, we hope that this episode has helped you. And I just think it's very heartwarming, you know, to have this relationship with you guys that tune in and see us grow in and out of friendships, relationships. Like so much has happened in the last
I was
3
with
years.
this guy like back in season 1.
Yeah, and you used to
Oh
say
my
his name, but now you don't say
gosh,
his name anymore. I also don't say his name anymore. It's like they disappeared. Bye.
But a good part of our past, I'm sure.
Yes, absolutely. Any advice, last advices in maintaining a cross-sex friendship?
Like all jokes aside, I think the biggest thing is to really treasure your friend. And I think that goes a long way. I think Jermaine knows how much, like we've said this to each other multiple times, that the two of us are very, very grateful that the stars aligned and everything fell into place the way that it did, and we became such close friends. And I think if you treasure that friend as a platonic friend, and there's like no intention but to treasure that friend and show that affection and intimacy as a platonic friend, I think that in itself goes a long way. So yeah.
And I think just the fact that knowing we would never work out as lovers has made it a lot easier. Yeah, it's just not possible.
And also because anytime anybody goes, wow, Jermaine very pretty or Avery very good looking, the same response is always,
Got people say you good looking.
just not you.
Okay.
Okay, Azura, any words of advice
I
to
think-
maintain a cross-sex
I
friendship?
think there's no right or wrong. Like obviously with the example say today, got workout, got no workout. And it's possible, right?
Right.
But I think at the end of the day you gotta weigh it. Like, are you gonna take your shot and risk it and know that, you know, you may lose a friendship? Is it more important for you to get it out there and really shoot your shot?
Right.
Or is the friendship more important such that even if you had feelings at some point, the friendship comes first, and for that sake, you will choose not to do anything about it?
Remember, don't act on impulse. Don't think with your dick or heart. Think with your brain. That's what it's there for.
Yes. Well, if you have any comments, you know, feel free to drop that in the comments section. We'll love to read all your replies. And you know what? Thank you, Avery, so much for being here today. Thank
Yeah. The only person not clapping was Jermaine, by the way.
Reluctant. Because I have to see him again tonight. Like, why? Why y'all do this to me? I see him enough.
Quick story, there was a time where Jermaine and I spent 2.5 weeks together.
No, it's 3 weeks.
3 weeks together.
Straight, every
literally
single day, 21
every
days.
single day together.
Disgusting.
And then after that, we were like, nope, we need a break.
All right, with that, thank you so much. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at itsclarity.co.
That's right. You can listen to us on Spotify, Me Listen, Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to turn on your notifications.
And also catch us on YouTube where you can look at Avery's Bob the Builder suit. Bob the Builder, can we fix it?
Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Hazel.
I'm Azura.
I'm Jermaine.
Wait, I'm Avery, and this is...
Platonic friends.
Somebody told me this quite recently. This is someone we all know, by the way. Anyway,
Wait,
Yeah.
we all as in me?
we all know. It's a friend. It's a friend of all of us.
Okay. Oh.
So, so I was talking to
yes.
this friend, and basically I was telling, what? Yes, what?
I'm listening.
Me also.
And then after that, we were like, nope, we need a break.
Okay, with that, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at
Sorry, can we
itsclarity.co.
take that again? Okay.